Now I am recording for the YouTube VOD. About 8 minutes to get through all that. So we are going into the last game between CJ Entus and Longzhu Gaming. Longzhu has kept the same lineup from game 2. Flame top, Crash jungle, Frozen mid, Captain Jack and Pure. No roster changes on CJ's side. So we're going to kind of see what happens with Crash in this game. He popped off hugely on Italy. That was banned away from him in this game. So we're going to see if he can replicate that performance with Graves. A little less safe on the invade just because he doesn't have as much mobility as Nidalee does. But, I mean, he can still basically mess up Elise in the jungle. CJ's going for a poke composition. Poke's been winning both of these games, I'm pretty sure. With Corki and Ezreal as double AD carries. Corki being primarily magic damage, Ezreal being the AD carry for a lot of late game setup. Nautilus is there for peeling. Bard can peel as well, although Bard and Elise can also set up some picks and the tower dives. This comp can play in the jungle, catch members of Longzhu out, or it can siege towers very well, and then hide behind the Nautilus. It wants to kite back in team fights, not dive in. Longzhu's composition, little risky towards it just because they don't have a lot of safe wave clear. LeBlanc has to like distortion in to clear the wave, which opens her up to getting hit by a cocoon, by a bard stun, Corky bomb, all that stuff. So Graves and Lucian are going to have to try and wave clear, but they're really short range. So this comp is incredibly vulnerable to being poked out by Longzhu. So if this comp is going to have to win, it's going to have to get mid snowballing so that LeBlanc can just go through, start assassinating the squishies on CJ's side, and then keep on making picks and catches in the jungle because they're not going to be able to rely on Flame's split push to open up long. This is interesting. To let me look. Brain farted. Poppy's not going to have kill pressure on Nautilus. She just doesn't have enough like scaling damage in her kit to deal with Nautilus in the late game. Like they're both just going to kind of be like just tank wars, just back and forth. So they're not going to have to rely on Flame to really like open up these opportunities and carry from that position. So it's going to have to be from Captain Jack's Lucian, Crash's Graves, or Frozen's LeBlanc getting way ahead. And I'm getting that's a very peculiar Twitch chat message. Unfortunately, we have to get partnered with a simple, powerful tool, Dreamsoft. All right, I'll look at that later. We're going to do this right now because we are doing this for the YouTube. We got 45 minutes of this game. Longzhu versus CJ, and they're making me do this for 45 minutes. Come on, Longzhu. You're better than that. You're better than that, man. I'm telling you, you're better than that. Damn it. Okay, so put that away. I don't know, maybe there could be a cool little partnership thing. All right. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, Smeb. Oh. Oh. After this, I need food. Is it 3 o'clock? 4 o'clock. Damn. All right. Get some food in me, maybe do an exercise, and then take the rest of the day off. Because tomorrow's going to be more VODs. I think this is the second time I've seen Ezreal take Fervor, which I suppose kind of makes sense because if you're playing poke, then you're not going to really get a whole lot of Thunderlord's procs. But like in the fights where you start kiting, you can stack it fairly quickly because your Q is going to give you like 2 stacks of it, and then you're going to be just like kiting them out and hitting autos in between your Qs as it is. So I can see that. I can see that. And then, although I think not Storm Raiders, I keep saying that. Although Thunderlords, I think, would be a little better, I suppose. Just because you get the hybrid pen, you can get hybrid pen, or you can get 45% CDR on Ezreal. But I guess he just doesn't really benefit from that because his Q. So they're just gonna max out on the 80% damage. Lane swap from CJ, which makes sense. They don't want to lane against Lucian. Mad Life with changing it up to get some early harass opportunities, maybe. He's kind of just chilling. So is Pure. Pure got level 2 first, though. Makes him a little more dangerous. But ultimately nothing. And yay, lane swaps! We're going to be having some lane swap fun, kids. So Tara and Mad Life pushed in the top wave quite a bit. This kind of delays the push from Longzhu and gives Kramer just a little more time to stack his tier. And then they're just setting up, bubbling. Yeah, so they get the lane swaps here. So this really kind of stops Crash from just always invading. That being said, though, he is getting a bit of a CS lead over bubbling, and he does have a level advantage. Down and CJ. All right. Rift Herald. Top laner just getting farm. Crash and Pure just up in CJ's jungle, but bubbling is also in theirs. Still falling behind in CS. Good little catch on Jack. Bubbling isn't really pathing too well, so Crash is getting a CS advantage, but I don't think it's not as bad as last game. Pardon my yawn. Dragging along Jew. So they got vision control down, early stacks. Ooh. How did they get on that tower? I look away to text for a second. And then suddenly, Korea makes a rotation. Okay, so they're propping this wave. Long just got all the control on bottom side, and they're passing off blue. The Mad Life comes up. Tara is going to teleport in. Bubbling is there. Very good from CJ. Down. Longzhu. Very good rotation. I don't know how necessary the teleport was, but I mean, it was used. It was there. Untara is getting a bit of a CS lead, and now CJ is just roaming. They have the Sheen and the Frozen Gauntlet on Ezreal, and punishing Jack's freeze in the bottom lane. They're just going to rotate over. Jack, why you there? All right. Wrecked. Pretty quick. Yeah, so I think they had the vision for that one. Crash is once again opening up a CS lead, but it's not as bad as it was in game 1. Ult into Cocoon. Towers being taken. The invisibility gives a second. Actually, good ult from Mad Life to kind of help out, but it's pretty funny. Then Untara just overdives, doesn't he? Goal from Grimmer! I'm assuming this tower goes down. If Corki had Trinity Force, yeah. Pretty sloppy. Pretty sloppy. Just bubbling, forever wrecked. Forever wrecked, dude. Okay, Longzhu, aggressive invade. Bard ultimate to catch him out. Flame teleports in. Squash the spider. Bubbling is just not having a good game. Just destroyed. Side. Frozen wants the picks. Very cool little play. Very cool little play. Goes through the gate, keeping the chain, and then when the CC's coming through, he blinks back. Alright, Frozen. Alright. Alright, so Longzhu are getting the pressure down. Again, it's shutting down bubbling. Jack getting caught again. Rip. Who's doing well? How did the fucking war? Coming out being like, surprise, girlfriend, I got your back. Wanted revenge, yo. So yeah, so CJ's not getting their siege set up. They have the Triforce Power Spike now, so they just need to group in a lane and start forcing down the tower, but Longzhu has so much pressure in the jungle that Longzhu is forcing these fights in that sphere while Ezreal's still scaling, and it's not so easy for CJ to set up and poke at them. So Longzhu are forcing the skirmishes exactly like they need to be. Alright, Sky. Yeah. Waste of a package. There's Lucian's culling, and so that buys them like another 30-40 seconds. So Kramer's just going to go pick up more CS. Yeah, you can't catch LeBlanc. Good job, Kramer, escaping. Sky getting just soloed. Let's go back and look at that. Okay, so Longzhu are prepping the way. Flame is on the flank. Comes on in being like, what's up, dude? Kramer's like, oh shit, but Arcane Shift is a blink. Gets knocked up. Sky is caught rotating by Frozen. Merlin Omicron, not Ignite. So Kramer's able to live, and now there's... oh, okay. Very good exhaust. On Kramer, he's able to escape. Kill. Frozen hunting for kills denied. Go. Kind of sloppy there because Flame didn't hit the stun on Kramer. If he did, Kramer was basically dead. Because then Pure just has to come on in, knock him up, and then he CC chain to death. My feet are cold. I should turn my heater on. And after this, I'll get food. Yeah, so Frozen doing very well on the LeBlanc. Corki's not chunking her out like I was expecting. Little different variations in the matchup, Corki versus LeBlanc. LeBlanc can get out away from Corki before he can poke. Lux can throw her binding as Lux dives in, and then she's trapped for the poke. More mana completed at 21 minutes. It's really good. Pew, 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 pew. So CJ go for Dragon. That's a mistake. But they played the team fight correctly. So they catch Kramer here. Crash and Jack Bard ulted. Pure, you have to stop. So Kramer gets out. Frozen's now CC'd, knocked up. Ults over 2 members. There's a CC peel. Sky is full health, untouched. Here comes Mad Life. He's gonna get killed, but trades. Worf. So Mad Life, excuse me. Lol. And then the stasis. Here's the problem with Poppy Engage comboing with some people. Her knockup is a stasis. It's not like an Alistar knockup where you can knock them into the air and they can still get hit by other effects or damage. Because if you look at the culling right here. So here is... Okay, so Kramer, great stun. Flame knocks him up. Jack is firing his ultimate. 1 or 2 shots hits him. Now Kramer would have just, like, backed out regardless. Like, Ezreal, like, no matter what you have here, you have to keep Ezreal in that spot. There needs to be another stun coming through from Longzhu, and that's where, like, Alistar needs to be hitting them. But because Flame does his knockup right here, he sends these 3 members into stasis, so they can't be damaged by anything, and so Kramer is not eating this culling. And Frozen goes in, and he misses the damage on Kramer. So Flame needed to hold that ultimate and let Pure land his knockups in. Like, Kramer probably would have been dead. Kramer would have... I don't need that number. Probably have been dead. If it wasn't for the Flame ultimate. And then they take mid tower. Slightly sloppy engage from Longzhu. Like, you need to time your bird. Oh, Crash get picked. He escapes. Too tanky. He's going for rapid fire next. Then probably Sterix. Or could be Shiv, I suppose. Shiv actually would be pretty good just for the wave clear. I'd almost get that on the Lucian as well. Just so that you can, like, build up the wave clear and make up for your lack of safe ranged wave clear against this kind of comp. So advance. You enjoy wave clearing and ward fighting. This is League of Legends. This is the League. Nice little Bard ultimate, but nothing from it. This is why we double speed the VODs. Just get through this boring crap. So they got Kramer split pushing, and that lets Longzhu try and siege. It's interesting. Not combining the poke. Look at the tower. Oh, Tara. Tara overextends. Longzhu chases. Okay. Anything for them to take? Yeah, so CJ's kind of misplaying its comp a little bit. They're engaging fights that they don't have to. Their whole point, the Nautilus is not there to engage. It's there to just disengage. It's there to let them siege, be this massive frontline tank, so that Ezreal and Corki can just wreck people's homes and lives and dreams. CJ's a bit sloppy here. And then Longzhu's doing okay. But there needs to be a little more coming out of them. Crash, huge CS lead over Bubbling again. Ult the turret, sure, so that your comp can't damage the objective it's after. This game's pretty mediocre. Where does it lose? I know exactly what I'm eating when I'm done. Fire, fire. Fire, fire. Fire it up. Wave clear, can you clear the waves? Wave clear, can you clear the waves? Neither side's really getting any deep vision in. Not a lot of flank wardage coming in from CJ so that they can properly push up the lanes and not get dicked on by Frozen. Kramer is pushing side lanes. I mean, he's catching CS, but he's also like flat out just split pushing. CJ does not need to go for a Baron, but you know they should have control over it. So that Longzhu doesn't go for a Baron. Otherwise, that could kind of wreck their shit. Tank wars in bot lane! Ultimate missing! Oh my god. Jungle camp fight. Damn. Let's look at that again. Pure gets a really good Alistar engage. By the way, this is his first time playing this bastard champion. He had a really good record on it with EM Fire, and now he's finally playing it. It's been open before. I mean, like, look here. Like, so Sky gets a little too close. He should not be right there, and he just gets obliterated. Yeah, so he just dies, but holy crap, does he take down Pure quite a bit. And then, do they get Crash? They do. So they turn this fight. Kramer is still left untouched. One trade. Yeah, no, Kramer. He's just putting on his carry pants. He's got his harness and everything ready. We got about 8 minutes left of this game. So that fight turned into a really good start for Longzhu, but then Kramer has just had so long to scale, and he's got plenty of items. And then they get a Baron. Longzhu's vision slipping again for the second time. You need your vision, Longzhu. Important to note that both Chaser and Crash have let that happen. So it's not a case of one jungler just not covering as much vision as they should. Neither one of them did. Second time in this series, CJ has snuck a Baron. Sieging the Baron, sieging the Baron. Alright, and they're just, kind of fighting around. Lol, the Poppy ultimate. Good, clean siege. They're finally doing the comp right now. They got the Baron buff, but I mean, this is what you do with Baron. Baron whore. Just poking down the tower. Pure goes for an engage. Smooth moves, no one dies. Inhibitor stays up. Baron expires. And they're back. Kramer's doing the thing that Faker likes to do with the Ezreal, and he's using ultimate on the side lanes to control him. Get him pushing. Frozen be there, answer it, and CJ immediately group up again to go right for the exposed inhibitor. Good call. Good call. Good man. Got the mid lane forced in. They're going to clear this wave out, and they're going to waltz right up. Untara has his own. They just kind of have to try and poke a little bit. Yeah, use Untara. He is your giant minion. And they take it. See, now CJ are playing, this is what they should have been doing, getting in the lanes and clearing it out. Now, there is, the wave clear from CJ is, or Longzhu rather, is working for them. That's just, they're so mobile, is the thing, actually, that it's harder to hit them with the poke. Graves and Rapid Fire Cannon, I honestly think that maybe they should have considered Static Shift. I know it's not good for items, and Rapid Fire gives you that, but just the extra wave clear against this kind of composition would have been super important. Bug Splat, no! Bug Splat. Bug Splat 5-4-1. Oh my god, okay. Summary, neither side. So well, in the early game, the lane swap slowed, crash down. The lane swap slowed, crash down. Did in game 2. Grouping to siege and poke with Corky. Poke and crushed. Okay. I'm going to just save this very briefly, quickly. Longzhu versus CJ. Very disappointed. So this game, neither side played their composition like really well. Longzhu didn't have the vision control to set up like picks and surprises in the jungle, forced fights around there. Whereas CJ, instead of like grouping together, poking with the Corki and the Ezreal, they had Kramer split pushing in the side lane. They also try like to dive unnecessarily. That cost him a few kills every now and then. But CJ had better vision control than Longzhu, and that once again led them to get a Baron off of the back of a fight because Longzhu had no ward coverage on that objective. Second time in this series. Two different junglers responsible for that. The lane swap slowed Crash down, so he wasn't able to take over the game and stop bubbling like he did in game 2 on his Nidalee. The ban also proved really effective there. And yeah, ultimately a pretty mediocre game from both sides in that game 3. Longzhu needs to step up its vision control around the Baron objective and also needs to work on its team fighting. Some important damage in that second fight missed because of Flame's ultimate usage. And the CC wasn't layered properly to get the damage down on the carries while they were CC'd. So need a little bit of work on that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, watching the VOD reviews. These will be up on YouTube. I'm going to go get some food, and I'm going to be calling it a day as far as this goes. I might be back on the stream later tonight to play some League of Legends, though, so we'll see about that. Anyways, you all take care.